Hor-Aha, the first pharaoh of ancient Egypt's Old Kingdom First Dynasty, circa 3100 to 2890 before Common Era. The annals of ancient Egypt are filled with tales of grandeur, innovation, and the unparalleled legacy of its rulers. Among these rulers, Hor-Aha holds a place of immense significance. Recognized as the first pharaoh of the First Dynasty of Egypt, Hor-Aha's reign marks the inception of the Old Kingdom, a period characterized by the establishment of the state, monumental architecture, and advancements in art and culture. This text explores the life, achievements, and historical context of Pharaoh Hor-Aha, aiming to provide a comprehensive understanding of his pivotal role in the early development of ancient Egyptian civilization. Early life and ascension to the throne. Hor-Aha, often referred to simply as Aha, which means the fighter, was born into a time of significant transformation in Egypt. He was likely the son of Narmer, the legendary pharaoh credited with unifying Upper and Lower Egypt, a monumental achievement that laid the groundwork for the dynastic rule. Hor-Aha's mother is believed to have been Nephthotep, a prominent figure in her own right, possibly serving as a regent or high priestess. Upon Narmer's death, Hor-Aha ascended to the throne around 3100 BCE. His ascension was not merely the succession of a ruler but the continuation of a vision, to solidify the unification of Egypt and establish a governance system that would last millennia. Hor-Aha's reign heralded the beginning of the dynastic period, setting the stage for the profound cultural and political evolution that defined ancient Egypt. Unification and political strategy. The unification of Egypt under Narmer was a fragile achievement that required careful consolidation and reinforcement. As the new pharaoh, Hor-Aha faced the daunting task of maintaining this unity. His political strategy involved both diplomatic and military efforts to integrate the disparate regions of Upper and Lower Egypt into a cohesive state. Hor-Aha continued to use the symbols and propaganda initiated by his father to promote the idea of a united Egypt. He reinforced the notion of the pharaoh as a divine ruler, a living god whose authority was unquestionable. This ideological framework was crucial in maintaining control over a diverse population with varying local loyalties and traditions. To further solidify his power, Hor-Aha established a centralized administration. He appointed loyal officials to key positions, ensuring that his policies and decrees were implemented effectively across the kingdom. This centralization of power was instrumental in creating a stable and efficient government capable of managing the complexities of a unified Egypt. Religious contributions and the cult of Horus. Religion played a central role in ancient Egyptian society, and Hor-Aha was a pivotal figure in the development of religious practices and institutions. He is often associated with the worship of Horus, the falcon-headed god of the sky, kingship, and protection. The pharaoh was considered the earthly embodiment of Horus, a concept that reinforced his divine right to rule. Hor-Aha's association with Horus is evident in his name, which means Horus the fighter. This connection to the god of kingship was not only a religious statement, but also a political one, emphasizing the pharaoh's role as a protector and unifier of Egypt. During his reign, Hor-Aha likely contributed to the establishment and expansion of temples dedicated to Horus and other deities. These temples served as religious centers and symbols of the pharaoh's divine authority. They also played a crucial role in the economic and social life of ancient Egypt, as they were centers of learning, culture, and economic activity. Military campaigns and expansion. Hor-Aha's reign was marked by a series of military campaigns aimed at securing Egypt's borders and expanding its influence. These campaigns were essential in maintaining the stability and security of the newly unified state. One of Hor-Aha's significant military achievements was the consolidation of Egypt's control over the Sinai Peninsula. This region was of strategic importance due to its resources, including copper and turquoise, which were vital for Egypt's economy and technological development. By securing control over the Sinai, Hor-Aha ensured a steady supply of these valuable resources and protected Egypt's eastern borders. Hor-Aha also led military expeditions into Nubia, a region to the south of Egypt. Nubia was rich in resources such as gold, ivory, and exotic animals, making it an attractive target for Egyptian expansion. These expeditions not only brought wealth to Egypt but also established Egypt's dominance over Nubia, a relationship that would continue for centuries. Administrative innovations. One of the hallmarks of Hor-Aha's reign was his administrative innovations. As the first pharaoh of the First Dynasty, he laid the foundations for the complex bureaucracy that would characterize ancient Egyptian governance for millennia. Hor-Aha established a centralized administration with a hierarchical structure. He appointed viziers and other high-ranking officials to oversee various aspects of governance, including taxation, agriculture, and justice. This centralization allowed for more efficient management of resources and ensured that the pharaoh's decrees were implemented uniformly across the kingdom. In addition to administrative centralization, Hor-Aha implemented a standardized system of record-keeping. This system included the use of hieroglyphic writing, which allowed for the documentation of economic transactions, legal matters, and religious texts. The development of writing was a crucial step in the administration of a complex and expansive state, providing a means of communication and record-keeping that was essential for effective governance. Economic development and trade. Hor-Aha's reign saw significant economic development and the expansion of trade networks. The unification of Egypt created a larger and more integrated economy, allowing for increased agricultural production and the development of crafts and industries. Agriculture was the backbone of ancient Egypt's economy, and Hor-Aha's administration implemented measures to enhance agricultural productivity. This included the construction and maintenance of irrigation systems to control the flooding of the Nile and ensure a stable water supply for crops. These irrigation projects not only increased agricultural yields but also prevented famines and ensured a stable food supply for the growing population. Trade was another crucial aspect of Egypt's economy, and Hor-Aha worked to expand Egypt's trade networks. Egypt's location at the crossroads of Africa and the Near East made it a hub for trade, and Hor-Aha established trade relations with neighboring regions, including the Levant, Nubia, and Punt. These trade networks brought valuable goods to Egypt, including luxury items such as incense, spices, and exotic animals, as well as essential resources like timber and metals. Architectural achievements. The early dynastic period of ancient Egypt is not as well known for its monumental architecture as the later periods, but Hor-Aha's reign saw the beginnings of architectural innovation that would lay the foundations for the grandeur of the Old Kingdom. One of Hor-Aha's significant architectural achievements was the establishment of the city of Memphis as the capital of Egypt. Located strategically at the junction of Upper and Lower Egypt, Memphis became the political and administrative center of the kingdom. The city's construction included the development of palaces, administrative buildings, and temples, setting the stage for its future growth and significance. In addition to Memphis, Hor-Aha is credited with constructing and enhancing several temples and religious structures. These constructions were not only religious centers, but also served as symbols of the pharaoh's divine authority and the state's power. The temples dedicated to Horus and other deities were focal points of religious and social life, playing a crucial role in the community. Artistic contributions. Hor-Aha's reign also saw significant developments in the arts. The art of this period reflects the early stages of the distinctive style that would characterize ancient Egyptian art for millennia. This style emphasized order, balance, and a keen attention to detail, reflecting the Egyptians' worldview and religious beliefs. One of the key artistic developments of Hor-Aha's reign was the formalization of hieroglyphic writing. Hieroglyphs were not only a means of communication, but also an art form in themselves. The intricate and symbolic nature of hieroglyphic writing was a significant artistic achievement, allowing for the documentation of religious texts, administrative records, and monumental inscriptions. Sculpture and relief work also flourished during Hor-Aha's reign. Statues and reliefs depicting the pharaoh, gods, and everyday life were crafted with increasing sophistication. These works of art served both religious and political purposes, reinforcing the pharaoh's divine status and the religious beliefs of the society. Legacy and historical significance. Hor-Aha's legacy is one of foundational significance for ancient Egypt. His reign established many of the political, religious, and cultural institutions that would define Egyptian civilization for millennia. As the first pharaoh of the First Dynasty, Hor-Aha set the precedent for the role of the pharaoh as both a political leader and a divine ruler. Hor-Aha's efforts in unifying Egypt, establishing a centralized administration, and promoting economic development laid the groundwork for the prosperity and stability of the Old Kingdom. His military campaigns and diplomatic efforts ensured the security and expansion of the state, while his contributions to religion and art enriched the cultural life of ancient Egypt. Despite the challenges and complexities of his reign, Hor-Aha's leadership and vision were instrumental in shaping the early dynastic period and setting the stage for the achievements of subsequent pharaohs. His legacy is a testament to the enduring strength and resilience of ancient Egyptian civilization. Conclusion. Pharaoh Hor-Aha's reign marks the beginning of a remarkable era in ancient Egyptian history. His leadership, vision, and contributions to the political, religious, and cultural life of Egypt established the foundations of a civilization that would endure for millennia. As the first pharaoh of the First Dynasty, Hor-Aha's legacy is one of profound significance, reflecting the early stages of Egypt's journey towards greatness. In understanding Hor-Aha's life and achievements, we gain insight into the early development of ancient Egypt and the enduring legacy of its first dynastic ruler. His reign represents a crucial chapter in the history of a civilization that continues to captivate and inspire the world.